Good evening, everybody. What's going on? Happy Wednesday. Just turn this down a little bit. Or not. Oh, yeah. So, how's everyone doing? I see 24 ghosts in the house. Of course, GDSH, as a lot of people like to call her. Also here, get ready to jump into some Snatcher. We're at a pretty exciting part of the game. The last time you played this on Monday, I was recently exposed to a spoiler, and what's funny is it turned out that if I would have played for another 5 minutes or so, I would have encountered that same spoiler. So I was really not spoiled all that much, but I didn't know that until I started playing, so it's all good. It's all good. All right, let's guide on over to that game. There we go. And let's continue from, looks like 3351. I was saving quite a bit at the end because I was getting a little nervous about what's happening in the game. I'll explain that in just a second. That's all. Yeah, that's all good. So what's happening is we discovered that there is a Snatcher in headquarters. And it's one of two people, we think. It's either Harry in engineering, or it's the chief. And we found a note in engineering that said something about face-to-face. And I remember when we first started the game and we got to the chief's office, I saw this weird painting on the wall, or this picture of like a flower vase, and I was just like, something's weird about that. And the chief was very protective of it too, right off the bat. Like, it just made sense to me that that was something, and it turned out to be a picture of Moscow. And the only other time we encountered pictures of Russia were when we encountered Snatchers. So I don't know what the connection is between Russia and Snatchers, but the chief has a picture, so one of them know who, I believe, who the Snatcher is. And interesting enough, they're both not in the office. The chief is a communist? I don't know. He's a suspect. Is he a communist? I don't know. That's not really the question. It could be evidence, you know? It could be either, like, why would you have... I don't understand the significance of the picture. And, hello, Argent. How's it going tonight? Anything new? How's the game? Yeah, so that's where we left off. We're investigating, I think we start with the chief, and then we went to engineering, and then we came back here, because I was like, let's go back, and then I came here, and then I accidentally said move, and then I went out front and I spoke with Mika, and then I came back here, and that's when we were actually able to investigate the picture. Working on UI prompts. Sounds exciting, invigorating. Enjoy. So I don't know where we're at exactly. I always start on the same screen that we left off on and just kind of go down the list of our look, investigate, and all that good stuff. Yes, please. Please do. So let's look at the chair. We're getting close. Really? Only 30% is actually making the game a game? I guess the rest of it is probably a lot of bug fixing. Oh. I'm guessing the artwork probably took a long time, especially if you're doing it all from scratch, you know, doing it all yourself. Chief's chair. Chief's not in. I don't know why they have to say that. I think that's kind of obvious, but, you know, Kojima likes those details. I feel like I need to move my chair over a little bit. Alright, let's try that. I'm on carpet in a rolly chair, so getting exactly centered is a bit of a challenge. So the monitor is switched off. Yes. We knew that too. The photo. So this is a close-up of the photo. I honestly don't know if it's much of an improvement over the one that's on the wall in the pixel art, but it's a close-up of Red Square. The art is exclusively, squares with rounded corners. It wasn't bad. Hey, you know, it's not easy. If you go into, see, I made my own artwork for my channel, YouTube and all that. I know it's not really great, but I just wanted to have all the credits to myself so I don't have to worry about crediting other people that I stole it from. Not stole it, but, you know, they have those like automatic art maker websites. I'd rather it just be mine, even if it's bad. And I wanted rounded panels at the bottom, like titles. It took me too long to figure out how to do rounded panels because you can't crop a rounded corner in GIMP, you know? It was like I think it was like an inverse selection. So the square corner is actually just invisible. And I just, you know, cropped the picture or something. I forget how I even did it, but so, you know, rounded corners aren't necessarily that easy. But if you're using the art programs all the time, it's probably no big deal. Yeah, essentially I masked the corners, but if you don't do it all the time, I was like, okay, now how do I mask this? And I was trained in like Photoshop and Illustrator back in the day, so I'm still not 100% good with GIMP. And of course, all the stuff I learned, whether it was 3D modeling with Lightwave or doing Flash stuff, all that art stuff, it was all on Macs. So I memorized all of the Mac shortcuts. And so it's kind of useless anymore. I was somewhat fast with that back then, but now I have to do everything through menus and it takes forever. That's why my emotes that I make right before stream are usually pretty terrible. I do it like an hour before stream, sometimes a couple minutes.
Welcome to Costco.
Whoa, Sarandon. Welcome to Costco. And welcome to your 10th month. That's a lot. It's a lot of months. Hey, I was watching your recommended streamer a bit today. He was doing some, don't tell me, No Man's Sky. You know who I'm talking about, with the owl emotes. He's pretty good. It was right. I think I was watching him right as my daughter was finishing up her bath, and she came out, and she got to see his red hair, bright red hair. But yeah. Oh, you were watching him before me? Yeah. That was the first time that, I'll just say it was the first time that he was playing something that I was interested in. He's been doing Final Fantasy VII Remake, and you know me and that stuff. But I was happy to see he was doing something. I'm not that familiar with No Man's Sky, but it's not an RPG, and I could kind of just relax and not be confused by the story. So yeah, he's a good rec. I'll hop in there when I get a chance. I wasn't chatting or anything. I just wanted to see what it was all about. So yeah, he laughs a lot. You can't wait until I start playing something that you're interested in? What, like Square Night? Perhaps? Yeah, I'm never going to be playing that game on stream. Yeah. I guess we'll just investigate this stuff again. It would appear that the chief has been out for some time because we used a thermal imaging camera on his chair. I think. Something like that. Monitor, they were shut off some time ago, so he's been gone for quite a while. Why would oh, you know what? I was just going to say, like, why would they both be gone? Even when it launches? Look, it's just too hard. It's too hard. It's like starting out in the frigid outskirts. You know? You saw me. Okay, I'll hear you out. What do you got? I know you were making some adjustments so I can play it on baby mode. Metal, don't you think this is a little strange? What's that? If I was a Snatcher... Bingo reward, death gets handed him in the Square Night for 15 minutes. Bingo reward, huh? That's interesting, just for the fact that, you created both of them. Sounds like a win-win for you. I'll consider it. We do have, 50 Action 52 games left to torture me with, so, I'm still waiting to hear from X. He hasn't made a choice yet. He was doing extensive research on what is probably the most punishing Action 52 game he can find. He was watching YouTube videos and everything. And I think he said he came across Angry Video Game Nerd playing Cheetah Men, which is kind of funny. Yeah, that game, it had very minor potential to be playable. But the hitboxes were... I don't... If you can even say the game had hitboxes, I don't know. If it did, I don't know where they were. But yeah, I am excited to see the game. And if I'm going to play it on stream, I'm probably going to have to practice it. So if I was a Snatcher, I don't think I'd hide a picture in a place as out in the open as this. But that's crazy. Like, to think that Harry is the Snatcher and he created Metal Gear. He must have put in some kind of programming to not detect Harry. I mean, I guess that's kind of the perfect crime in a way. I mean, if we're talking about being a Snatcher. I don't know. I don't think I had a picture in place out in the open as this. That's true. I really was kind of on the fence, but I guess maybe the chief was being protective of the, like, he was very protective of this picture of the vase. If I did it. Yeah. And the if will be very, very tiny on the cover. You know. Per the lawsuit. So, I guess what they're trying to say here is the chief suspects Harry as being the Snatcher, and the chief was not quite, we just met. He didn't trust us, so he didn't want us finding this and accidentally maybe tipping Harry off. But then, All right. Well, that's true. So there must be some reason why the picture was here, even if it meant some risk. Man, my throat is just not cooperating tonight. Probably taking a lot of mute breaks so I can try and cough. No idea. I was doing quite a bit of reading. Out loud. Obviously. Red Square. Why would there be a picture like this in the chief's office? So what do we have as video memory? We have Little John, Red Square. Oh, and that temple. That's right. And also, I would like to say it is, I'm assuming it's still rather windy. Yeah. Granddaddy Sparkle Horse is confirming it is still windy. I've got earbuds in, so I can't hear anything beyond my own voice and the game. Ugh. And so if the stream just dies, I don't know if I'm coming back, because when we lose power here, it's usually quite a while before they get it back up if it's like weather related, because there's already an outage not far from us, and they said it's going to be repaired by 4 a.m. Like gusting. It's gusting, but it has lessened. Okay. This is a photograph of Red Square in Moscow before the catastrophe. Okay, and then what's that? We have a temple picture. What's that temple picture of again? So yeah, the best I can do then is I'll just go on my mobile data and post something in Discord, like SEGA Friday or something. This is St. Basil's or Basil's. I haven't determined what's correct. Is it Basil? I don't remember. I'm guessing it's Basil. Who says Basil? This is St. Basil's Cathedral. It's a famous cathedral that was in Moscow before the catastrophe. Is St. Basil's Cathedral, is that the one where the architect was asked if he could ever create something this magnificent again? And he's like, well, yeah, of course. And then they gouged his eyes out, and they're like, don't think so. Was that this one? Because I know that happened. That was the Kremlin. I couldn't remember which building that was. And welcome, Clark. Good to see you, as usual. Hope you're hitting that 100% health percent. You know, like you feeling better? Is like you're like 90 something? No, I know that's not the Kremlin. Wait, no, this is the Kremlin? It says this is St. Basil's Cathedral. This is Patrick. 98%? All right. Getting there. Because it says this is St. Basil's Cathedral. Oh, it's the same thing? The Kremlin is the other name? I'm not up on my Russian history, obviously. I just remember that story. Because it look, in pixel art, it looks similar, not quite as colorful as the actual building, but I was going to say, like, the Kremlin is, like, the government's headquarters, right, in Moscow? And the cathedral is, a different building. But I thought maybe they were connected. I don't know. I just believe everything chat says. I don't know. I don't remember. I could Google, but I don't feel like it. Kremlin overlooks the Moscow River to the south, St. Basil's Cathedral and Red Square to the east, and the Alexander Garden to the west. Okay. So they're all on the square, though? Is that what I'm getting here? Those are like... So the river is on one side of the square, and then the other stuff is around the square? Okay. This is something I will probably go and look up after stream, just because I want to see it again for the first time. It's been a while. I don't know if there's anything else we need to do here. What? What do I do? What do I do? Maybe we'll go back to, see if something else... Let's go back to engineering. We'll just go back and forth. Before that, let me put this photo, a red square, back where we found it. Yeah, we can't let anyone know that we've learned the secret of this picture. Where would you like to go? Let's pop on over to engineering and then maybe out front. I don't know. Now, I've been understanding my my direction up until this point. Now I'm like, okay, they're gone. We're trying to figure this out, but we need to talk to somebody else. Like where? I'm waiting to see when random Hajil shows up again. Harry's not in. I don't think there's anything else to search. I think the whole point in coming here was to direct us toward the picture in the chief's office. And now we've discovered the secret there, face to face, was the negative space of the picture was actually two faces. But why did Harry... This is what I'm confused about. Harry's the one that had the note, so he knew about it. So does he know that the chief knows? Or does the chief know that Harry knows? I don't know. I don't think there's anything else to see here, really. Yeah, we already have the same box of matches. Maybe we have to go back to the club? Well, let's go to the front and talk to Mika again. I'm not sure. All right, let's see if Mika has any advice or input. Gillian, I know how you feel, but I'm just not ready yet. Give me a little more time, okay? Wait, didn't she? Wait. I thought we were going out on a date. Was I imagining that? I don't know. I have to apologize to you, Gillian. I was mistaken about you. You're a really wonderful person. Could we have dinner together sometime? See? See? Okay. So we're still good. We're still good. Nothing else to look at. Let's investigate her. Gillian, what's wrong? Do you suspect even me? You know, honestly, Mika, I think, was the first person. She needs to process what I told her. Yeah. I'm not sure how much time passes when I go to one place and then come back. There's no, like, clock to refer to. Not just Harry and the Chief, but me too. Oh, I feel like crying. I'm sorry, Mika. Forgive me, please. It seems I may have done something terrible in my past. Don't say things like that. Everybody makes mistakes, you know? Okay. Contents of patient record that... I can't believe it. Okay. This is all like the same stuff. Jean was always a very precise and careful person. If you found out there must be something going on there. Yeah, we read that before. Ask about Harry. Now that you mention it, he's been gone for several hours. That's odd. I wonder where he went. This is all stuff we've seen before, but I'm just trying to see if anything new pops up. Because sometimes you go back to a place after being somewhere else, then you get a little ding that you did something right. That's right, he gave up smoking all of a sudden. The other day, too. Oh, maybe we should go back to the Queen's Hospital. Let's go to the Queen's Hospital. Can we go back there? Gillian, I have a video phone call from Jamie. I'll connect you. Ooh, this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to get in the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Gillian, it's me, Jamie. Listen carefully. You know that Queen's Hospital? I found out that they undertook a major expansion project in 2035 to put in a basement. That's right, they have a basement. Basement construction is really unusual here in Neo Kobe. That's why there were still records of it. But there's more. The director of that hospital, Shin Shu-ho, has had his license suspended in the past for performing eugenics experiments at an illicit underground facility.
Are you telling me Queens has underground treatment facilities?
That has to be it, Gillian. Shin Shu-ho is performing skin operations on Snatchers underground.
And that means that Chin himself is also probably a Snatcher. Or rather, the real Chin, the original Chin, was snatched.
So, that entire ground-level complex is just a front for the underground facilities.
And if we hit that hospital, we can ruin the Snatcher's plans. Well, this is it, Metal. We're heading right into the enemy's headquarters this time.
Gillian,
Yeah?
this sounds really dangerous. I just wanted you to know I want you to come home safe.
Jamie,
The reason I left you is because I thought you were pushing yourself too hard, being self-destructive. And it seemed like the wedding ring you were wearing when they found us had become a tremendous burden on you. I didn't want that to be the only reason we stayed together.
oh, Jamie, I never felt that way at all.
I'll be waiting for you. We may not have our memories, but you are the only one I've ever shared any time with. Be careful, Gillian.
Jamie.
Are you all right, Gillian?
Yeah. All right, Metal, let's go. We have to pay a visit to Queen's Hospital. Her Majesty is waiting.
Okay, so I guessed right. I was like, wait, we need to go back to the hospital. Yep, back to Queens. It just clicked. I was like, makes sense now. I know what I need to do. But now Jamie is like, she wants us back, right? And Mika wants to go out on a date. Why is this happening? Could not have gone any more poorly. Yep. All right, let's go to Queens. And I'll probably save once we get there, just for reasons. I don't have a lot of combat experience in this game, so.
Just where do you think you're going?
This is most unusual. The turbo cycle seems to be out of control.
Switch over to manual. I'll take over.
Understood. I've switched to manual control. Well, how is it?
What the? We've got no brakes! Metal, check the brake system out. Pronto!
Sorry, Gillian. Looks like sabotage. No doubt the Snatcher's handiwork.
Sabotaged? But the only one who could work on the turbo cycle?
Worry about that later. Gillian, we've got to do something quickly.
Let's try pulling the emergency lever. It broke off. I guess we've had it. Oh. Oh, I didn't get to read it. That looked important. That was... All right, well, thanks for deleting it, I guess. Let's just jump out. We can't be serious. At this speed, you'll be torn to pieces. Okay, I guess we have to give up. What does that mean? What? Are you giving up? It's a new thing for bots. Yeah, and for me on the streamer side, I've got this new, it's called shield mode. If we get hit with like a hate raid or something, I can turn on shield mode and I can customize how much it clamps down on chat. Like it'll purge chat, it'll turn on like slow mode. It'll say like, you know, followers only for like a month. I can turn it on so that it's emote only. Oh, mods can do it too. Okay. Yes, whoever has access to that, by all means, if we get, for some reason, if we get hit, go ahead and turn it on. That's fine with me. I might tweak it a bit. I don't know what it looks like on the mod side, but I give you permission to turn it on, and I'll take care of it on this end. I want to take a closer look at it and see if I can customize it a bit. And it's interesting, when I activated it to test it, it opened up the stream manager, and it's like Twitch was alerted, and they were like, basically like, let us know what's going on. Is everything okay? Like, give us some feedback. Like, they wanted to know like why I turned it on, essentially. So I think it's a good idea. It's something. It's better than people having to sit through whatever's happening in those attacks. So yeah, go ahead and do that if it happens. Is it like happening again or something, or is this just what they finally came up with? Because I know they were like interviewing people. I only have 2 choices here, so I don't know what's going to happen. I didn't get to save. Oh, shut up, will you? I'll think of something. Probably. We've had it. There's nothing we can do. Don't give up so easy. There might be some way out of this yet. Well, can't metal? What if metal does something? Metal's a robot, right? What in the world are you doing? Let's press a button. What does the button do? All right, let's try a long shot. I'll push this button here.
And a good morning to you, my friend. Bud Miller with you here on the big 90.7. Looks like we're going to have a bright...
Oops. Turned on the radio. Turn the radio on, Gillian? What are you doing? I guess we'll probably have to drive into a sand pile. All right. I'll try plowing this thing into the sand pile over here. Hang on tight. I like, yeah, the radio. That was good. Is that Metal screaming? Why is Metal screaming? Oh. Damn. Won't anything work? Yeah, that was good. Johnny 5. Alive. Okay, let's try hitting the sandbank one more time. Come on, baby. Well, the only thing left is to hit the cliff. I don't know what that means. It sounds bad, but let's see what happens. I've got it. We'll try side-swiping the cliff. Hang on, Metal. Even that won't stop it. We're finished. It's been nice knowing you, Gillian. Shut up. There must be something. It's hopeless. We're moving at over 200 kilometers per hour. There's no way we can survive. You thought Cliff was in the passenger seat? Normie. Damn, the speed keeps increasing. So what if we drive into the sand pile, then try to jump out? You know, slow down a little bit. That will never get old. Now try to jump out. That won't work anymore. We're going to die. We're going to die. We've had it. Oh, dear Lord. Try the cliff again. All right, into the cliff one more time. All right, so it's some kind of sequence we have to do. I don't know. So we can't jump out. We're gonna go for the sand again. I don't know what the answer is here. Let's try a different button. I don't know, maybe this is a different button. Yeah, another button. There we go. Oh no, that was the switch for the afterburner. Whoops. You've boosted our thrust by 23%. Do something, Gillian. Maybe we'll run out of fuel. Pray to God. I like that. That just randomly pops up. Let's try another button. Or should we pray? Press a button or pray? I know. This is like that episode of Family Guy when Peter like injures his shin. He's like, and just like rolling around on the ground for like 5 minutes. It's kind of like that. It's getting to be a little awkward now. Very anime sequence here. Well, we haven't tried praying yet. Who knows? Well, Metal, I haven't known you for very long, but it's been fun. Gillian, let's pray together. Actually, I'm not that religious. I didn't think so. That's it, Gillian. Prayer. Look, a new command has appeared on the menu. Hit the control panel. There we go. Breaking the fourth wall. My favorite.
Damn. What else can we do? Metal, start punching buttons.
Any buttons at all?
Yes, push anything.
Gillian, this doesn't seem to be doing any good.
Damn, I was sure that would work.
Gillian, the road makes a sharp right turn just 1,500 meters ahead. At this speed, we'll never make it. Gillian! Gillian!
Hey, Gillian!
Huh?
Over here!
What's that?
Gillian, over here!
Random.
Gillian, you
There
gotta
he is.
jump over to my bike! Hurry!
800 meters until we reach the curve.
Metal, you go first.
What? Not again.
Move your butt. That curve's just ahead.
Understood. 1, 2, 3!
All right, Gillian, now it's your turn. Keep her steady.
300 meters until you reach the curve.
Gillian, jump!
I can't. My timing's off.
150 meters.
Gillian, now!
70 meters.
Now, Gillian, now!
Oh, we're too late!
Gillian! I guess he didn't make it.
Don't bury me so fast. I'm right here.
Don't you even know how to ride a motorcycle?
Gillian, it's not much farther to Queen's Hospital, and you could probably use the exercise anyway. Why don't we just continue the rest of the way like this?
It's all good. I kind of assume so, since I had zero control over that entire scene. It was just,
We've arrived at Queen's Hospital.
So, this is the place, huh? Random, are you sure you know what you're doing? This isn't going to be a field trip, you know. We may not come back.
And the bounty for this one will more than make up for it.
If you're around to spend it, that is.
Gillian, let's get going.
how about we save first? Finally. Yes, please, overwrite it. By all means. Yes. around one more time for safety. Safety save. Okay. Well, we're back. Good old Oline. Let's take a look around. The building is not typical of those constructed as hospitals. It was probably originally used as an office building or for some other purpose. So this stuff is all the same. So far, it appears to be the same. It's their camouflage. They're hiding in plain sight. All right, all that's the same. Yeah, okay. They really thought it through, didn't they? Underground operations. I would say that maybe it would make more sense if the hospital was actually functional, but because it's like kind of run down, I don't know if that's really hiding it as well. Yeah, so the tube liner, that's what I was thinking. Like when I was here before, I'm like, there has to be a way to get down below. The subway, that's rather suspicious. It looks like Jamie may have been right. Yeah, we knew about that before, but we weren't able to get down there, as far as I know. I'm pretty sure I explored it extensively. Let's talk to Random. Random, what do you think? I'll know when I get in there. So we're going to go back in, it looks like. Do you sense anything? Yeah, their foul breath. I don't need no sensors to tell me what I need to know. Is that some special sense you bounty hunters have? Won't do us any good to discuss it out here. Let's head in. All right, we're going in. Go inside. I don't even remember how to fight. Is like, I think B is to draw my gun and A is to shoot. I don't know. Lock disabled. All right, Random. Let's go. I'm ready for anything. All right. I'll open the door. Okay, we're back inside the hospital. When we were here the last time, we investigated those 3 doors. So I'm guessing there's going to be another option now, because there wasn't anywhere else to go last time. It's really quiet in here. There has to be an entrance to the lower level in here somewhere. Let's just start looking around again. Looks like the waiting area. No tracks in the dust that would indicate recent passage. Except for us. Right, the only ones are those we have made, right. So that means these tracks are yours, eh? Well, I'm impressed. Now everybody in the world knows you were in here. Well, if they're not using this floor, no one's gonna know anyway, right? I don't know. Okay. There's nobody in the booth. The monitors are all switched off. Pretty lonely reception area. Yeah, that's the same. The switches. And the doors. So we were in all of those. Let's investigate. It appears that it has been left like this for some time. I see. This is part of their camouflage too. Okay. I'm not picking up on that part yet. Like, I get it's abandoned, but It seems like a hospital would be one of the last buildings you would want to have appear to be abandoned. It appears that it has been left like this for some time. No new footprints. Apparently, things have been left this way for a number of months. Nothing has changed since our last visit, so that means that nobody's in here, eh? That would appear to be the case. I cannot detect any footprints besides ours. Okay, we gotta figure out how to get to the lower level. The switches operate the doors by remote control. I highly doubt the access to the basement would be in those rooms, because we were already in there. We were already in there the last time. So let's talk. So what do you think of this hospital? Well, it definitely looks like it's not being used. Still, I sense something. Probably their smell. We've checked it before. As you can see, there's nothing there. You might have missed something. Let's check really carefully. You have to trust your instincts. You never know where they may be hiding. Let's keep conversation to the absolute minimum. Well, I guess we're gonna have to go back in the rooms. There must be a hidden area in like a secret hatch or something. I don't know. Let's go to door 1. Looks like an operating room. Appears to be a very well equipped operating room. Yeah. Not reading any motion. There is no one in the area besides us. This is really bugging me. Rav is going to lurk, or he just likes to see the message. It's 50-50. You never know with that guy. Also, hello, Rav. It's gotta be one of these rooms. Look around? Now looking about the room. I don't believe anything is hiding in the room. Sarandon assumed it was a shower. That's honestly the best guess. It really is. He's trying to hide it the other night. Was it last night in X's stream? See, I lurk too. So you gotta watch what you say when you're in one of the our common streams. I'm always watching and listening. You know, no idea. I have no idea. That's why you're whispering, right? Yeah, you don't understand. I have amazing hearing. I can hear you all the way on the other side of the country. I heard that too. Nice try. I don't believe anything is hiding in the room. All right, so it's not this room. We'll just talk. How's your nephew doing? You guys playing any games? Yeah, you should, Rav. I mean, seriously. I can't believe he's doing great. All right, nice. Showing him some Weird West. What do you think this room was used for? An operating room? Ah, you want him to fight Doc Ock. Nice. Yeah, I played through the first, the remastered version on PS5. It was okay. A nice looking game, not really my kind of game, but it was overall, it was fun. I liked certain parts of it. Oh, you're getting sick? Oh no. Why is everybody in here always sick and in the shower? I need to decontaminate chat. Everybody crowd in. I'm going to start the decontamination process. It'll just take a second. Okay. Chat has been cleansed. Everybody get in the shower. It's not really what I meant, but you do you. Your youngest brother has been sick for almost 2 weeks. Yep. That sounds like what's happening on this side. My daughter seems to be pretty much, I don't know, she's at least 99%. Surgery, right? But it's not used now. Something weird about that. Something weird about that? Surgery, right? But it's not used now. Something weird about that? So it's just another ploy of theirs. After seeing all of this, I think most guys would head home. You know, the more I see that emote in chat, the more I like it. I think it was an excellent choice, even if Argent is offended by it. You weren't sure if you're going to make it? Well, you know, don't force yourself to be here. There's always YouTube, you know? Definitely get some rest if you need it. But, you know, how can you be sick and taking care of your nephew? I've been there. Now, I've been there with, like, being sick and taking care of a sick baby. I don't know what's more difficult. I'm entertaining. Rab, I believe you're typing in the wrong chat. You might want to check your active windows. I've done it. I've accidentally typed in the wrong. It happens to all of us. You've done it for many years. Okay. Well, you know what's best. I'm just saying. Wrong Snatcher stream? Oh. Is the Mushroom Man on too? I gotta stay away from the Twitch directory. That's dangerous. What else we got here? I thought we weren't supposed to be talking. Now we're talking up a storm here. There's got to be a way to get to the lower level somewhere. Let's check out the other rooms. Right. It's got to be the third room, right? You know, this game likes to stretch everything out as long as possible. Which is fine. You know, it makes it kind of fun to explore again. So let's exit and we will go back. I don't know. It kind of bothers me to leave a door open. Oh, he's playing Mega Man. Which Mega Man? I've never played a Mega Man longer than like, I don't know, like an hour. And I think I beat a few bosses. But, you know, I never had the NES, so I didn't have all those decades to get good at the Mega Man 5. I don't even know if I've ever played a 5. I've played like 1 and 2. That's about it. And like I said, it was just bits and pieces of 1 and 2. No, me either. And then I watched people like, I don't know, who runs those? Cool Kid and like Arcus. He's okay. Who else is good at Mega Man? Like I watch all those guys speedrun them, doing all those zips and stuff. That's insane. All right, let's open door number 2. Let's see what's behind door number 2. to move into door number 2. Oh, it's this room. I gotta say, like, this, I'm still impressed with how well this game plays. Like, I can do what I need to do. I don't have to, like, fumble around. It's just so amazing to me. And I will say it every stream. This is a Sega CD game. And once I'm finished with it, I will go check out the original. I guess the original game came out on possibly one of the Japanese computers that I can't remember the name of, but it came out in like 1988. So this is a port, and this was ported again. Like, this was ported to PlayStation. So I'm curious to see how the game evolved through the ports. But I gotta say, like, this is well done from this perspective. I don't know what the other ones are even like, but it works well. Epauleite and Feline Soul are good at those games. Oh, I follow Feline Soul, but I don't know why. Maybe I learned of Feline Soul through Shrum. Because I follow Feline Soul. Like, if somebody pops into a channel and they're like, hey, this person's, this kind of streamer, they play this kind of stuff, I'm like, oh, that sounds good. And I'll follow them. But it doesn't mean, like, I actually get a chance to watch them. But I saw them on not too long ago. You've been mentioning Feline Soul? Okay. So, maybe it was your stream. I don't know, but I definitely follow Feline Soul. I don't know Epauleite. Yeah, I can't even say, like, you can't even promote me and say, like, I'm good at anything. I don't have that street cred, I wouldn't even say I have street cred in any game that you don't even know about. I just play them and see what happens. I will make a point to try and stop in then, because I follow so many people. I'm like, I don't even know where I know this person from. I'm an awesome person. That's all that matters. Well, at least I have that going for me. I'll give you one of those. Megas was in here, but she kind of walked through. If she comes through again and stops to yell at me, I'll put her on cat cam. But she kept going. Charlie is behind me. He is out cold on the beanbag. All right, so we're back in room number 2. Some kind of research lab. I guess we'll look around the room. It appears to be some kind of research facility for biological experiments. It's like something out of an old science fiction movie. Yeah, right. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Don't you worry. That's okay. It's a good thing I like you. Or I'd have to sick Sarandon on you. You don't want that. Sarandon's always ready to pounce. Don't mistake the silence. Boop. Yeah, you're gonna get booped. I try. We've got a lot of work to do on some of those other games. Let's look at the... Oh, what a feeling when we're looking at the ceiling. Once abandoned like this, even the most costly equipment is useless. Just like a dentist. How fitting. I was just at the dentist Well, I mean, that's what I hired you for, Arjun, of course. I know, right? I'm not a fan of the dentist. I mean, who is? Who is? But they gotta go in there with that sharp, pointy scraper hook and just like dig in places that I didn't even know existed in my mouth. And I'm like, I was just here in May, okay? My teeth are fine. And when she was done, like ripping my mouth apart, I went and she's like, okay, you can rinse if you want to. Because the whole time she's doing like the suction thing and like spraying me down with the water jet and then also the pick thing. And I'm like, it's just supposed to be a routine cleaning checkup kind of thing. And it was just going on forever, it seemed. It took like an hour. It took an hour for routine cleaning. And she's like, okay, you can rinse. And I was like, I was so nervous. I grabbed a little cup and swished the water around and I spit out what I was expecting to be like a mouthful of blood, like something from like Hellraiser, you know? And it was just water. And I turned to her, I'm like, wow, I expected to spit out a mouthful of blood after what you just did to me. And she's like, well, yeah, it feels a lot worse than it is. I'm like, yeah, it's still pretty bad. Ugh. So even when you do a good job taking care of your teeth, you still get tortured. And I was like, I wish there was something I could do about the bottom back of my teeth so you don't have to dig around so much. She's like, well, then, I wouldn't have a job. I'm like, well, you could just, look at my mouth and say, wow, it looks great, and give me a lollipop or something. That would be fine. I would be opposed to that. I think they just I don't know, maybe they like torturing people. I don't know. Some people do. Maybe that's their thing. You have to go on Friday. Sudden pain and sensitivity. You can't chew using the left side of your mouth. I had a filling was it the last time? I forget when. And, it randomly hurts. And the funny thing is, it didn't bother me until they went digging around. Sorry, I'll get back to the game. I'll delete that out of the VOD. So, chat, you catch that ludicrous display last night? Let's investigate. There's nothing alive here. This place really gives me the creeps. If the Snatchers are going to show, I wish they'd hurry it up. This is getting pretty boring. Wow, chat, I didn't know you were in the game. Let's wait, did I say investigate? Yeah. The shelf? I don't know. There's no sign that any of the containers or chemicals have been touched. They are all covered with an even layer of dust. I've been thinking, chat. That's what you've been saying for weeks. I don't know. I don't really read what you type in chat, so I didn't notice. Sorry. Is that what you've been getting at? Sorry, Arjun. I'm just so busy streaming and petting my cat. I can't read every comment. There's so many. Do you know what it's like to have to put your chat in slow mode every night? Otherwise, I won't be able to keep up, You don't even know why you show up here. I don't know. I can't tell you. That's on you. Probably to promote your game and stream bingo, I guess. If I had to guess, it'll be that. It's got to be room 3, right? I mean, they're not going to make you go into room 2 and we found the secret entrance in room 2. I'm like, oh, but I wonder what was in room 3. I guess nothing. I'm the only streamer that lets you self-promo your bad apps. You're banned everywhere else. I highly doubt that. What about Magical Bean? I'm guessing he's busy with the baby. Oh, what I was going to say is, last night, X is always giving me a hard time about Metroid because he knows I'm a big fan of platformers and Metroid-like. He doesn't even stream anymore. Is that like a temporary thing? Because I didn't even get to catch his streams. Or is he just like, yeah, I can't do this? Because I didn't start streaming until after my daughter was older, and it's manageable. So if it has to do with, trying to raise a child, there is a dim light at the end of the pitch black tunnel. I'd love to stream more, but I have to take care of her and stuff. But X is on my case about playing Super Metroid. Now X beat Metroid last night with save states, but it's game's ridiculous unless you're a speedrunner. It's not a game you want to mess around with trying to do blindly without a guide and without save states. So I would probably do the same, honestly. Well, I hope he does, because I'm always looking for new people to check out, and it seems like we may have gotten along. So, I believe we're still self-followed. Followed me, and I followed him, and if he pops up, I'll stop in. There are people that I followed years ago that just randomly stop streaming, and then I'll see them again, and they start streaming again out of nowhere. So I don't unfollow people because they stop streaming. You never know when they're going to come back. You don't know what's going on. I don't tell everybody everything. There's always something else going on this end. But anyway, like I've been trying to say, X was kind of disappointed that I wasn't playing Super Metroid as my first Super Nintendo game. I decided to play, Super Mario World when we're finished with this. I'm sitting here staring at my Super Nintendo. It's just itching to be played. And I was thinking, you know what? Maybe X is right. I probably should play Super Metroid. So since I'm going to have the SNES, up and running, I'm going to have all my stuff switched over. I'll probably do Super Mario World, and then we'll go into Super Metroid. Yep. Yeah, I've used save states for sure with emulators and stuff. So the fact that they were like integrate that into the flash carts, it's pretty cool. I'm rarely serious. If you ever see me in someone's channel, especially X's, giving him a hard time, yeah, we just like to joke around. So I'm gonna say it's probably not this room. Super Metroid is the only Metroid game you haven't played? Well, that's a bit backwards. I had Metroid on, I think it was the Wii, because I never had Metroid when I had an NES back in the day, which was later on in life. I didn't have one from young. I had it older as part of my collection, but I never had Metroid. So I played it on Wii. I never played it in an emulator. Well, I guess Wii was essentially an emulator, but so I played it on Wii, and I had played it for a little bit, and I was like, oh my god, I don't have time for this. So I have that, and X played Metroid Dread, and then I ended up buying Metroid Dread and his Switch Pro controller from him. So I bought X's controller and Metroid Dread. So at some point, we'll play Metroid Dread too, because I have a Switch. Switch, PS5, PS3. Those are the other consoles. I sold my Wii U, and then I've got the Dreamcast, the Genesis. So basically everything Sega minus the Saturn, and then the Super Nintendo. So we have a lot to choose from, even without including PC. Let's look at the monitors and PlayStation Plus has really been coming through with games. They just released this past, well, I guess it would be November's games. They released the Harry Potter, complete Harry Potter, Lego Harry Potter. I love the Lego games. So Granddaddy Sparkle Wars and I are trying to catch up to where we left off when we had the Harry Potter Lego game, like the first year with like 1 through 3 back on the Wii or whenever that came out. So they released the whole collection. So we're playing like the remastered versions of the Harry Potter Lego games. Because we played through Indiana Jones. That was good. And we played through some Star Wars, which was funny because I've never seen the movies. So my only real exposure to Star Wars has been through the Lego games. This equipment would need extensive maintenance before it could be used. So this was their research lab, eh? Yep, just a glorified closet now. That room on the end seems a little suspicious, doesn't it? Quiet down, Gillian. We'll be heard. Well, yeah, it's suspicious because it's the only room left. Yeah, it's the only room left. I forgot to thank everybody at the 1 hour mark. So we're about 1 hour and 27 minutes into the stream. So I just want to throw out a big thanks to everyone that comes by and hangs out and chats. Of course, resubs. That's always a huge surprise and unexpected, but appreciated. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for the lurkers. Thanks for the chatters. Still loving this game. Oh, we've got a visitor. Hello. We've got a visitor. Where are you? There you are. There's my girl. Get over here. Where are you? Hi. How are you doing? What are you... There she is. Minkus comes to say hi every stream, sometimes twice. And when I'm at my computer and I'm not streaming, she still comes to yell at me. Because I think she just assumes I'm streaming every time I'm at my computer and not paying attention to her. Okay. So if I give her some scratches, she'll be satisfied, and a lot of times she'll just lay down right next to me on the floor. Now that Granddaddy went to bed, I can... Charlie's over on the beanbag. I don't want to sweep the house with the camera, so... Just get Charlie on cam too. He doesn't get a lot of screen time. So there's Charlie on the beanbag. It's not his, but he just assumes it's his cat bed. He's been snoozing there for quite a while. Yup. All right. It's the only negative thing about me moving into the office whenever that happens is I won't have the cats come and visit me. I can't leave the door open. I mean, I don't want them in there, but everyone will be sleeping and I'll be right next door. So, let's just keep moving. We'll head out. We'll investigate the switches. We'll close. Oh, use them. Sorry. We'll use number 2. And let's use number 3. And let's move this along. And before we do that, let's use Metal Gear and we'll save. Because nothing happened. So let's go 3 and 4. Charlie's been, I don't know, I noticed the back of his legs have been balding a bit. So he tends to chew on the back of his legs when he's upset about something. And I don't know what is wrong because nothing has changed, but I noticed that the back of his legs are getting a little bare. So he must be nibbling. Oh yeah, let's do 4. Double save. Okay. Go ahead and let's, yeah, we're gonna keep playing. We got another hour. At least. Let's move into door number 3. Oh, she's gone. Oh, she's walking away. You know, we bought these cat beds last year, and they both slept in them. Both of the cat beds were behind Granddaddy Sparkle Horse's recliner, which is to my left. They were back in the corner, which is kind of like right next to the baseboard heat. We have hot water baseboard heat, and they loved it. They were curled up in their own respective beds all winter. They haven't touched them yet. They've been sleeping everywhere but. So I was like, well, maybe they don't want them there anymore. So I moved them around to where they've been sleeping. So I put the beds where they've been sleeping. And they won't sleep in them. So I left one in the corner, and Mingus goes back there and she sleeps next to it. I'm like, all right. And Charlie, he likes to sleep under my desk. There's not a whole lot of room, but so I put the other bed to the right of my desk, right up against the heat. I'm like, okay, they're going to love this. It'll be right up against the heat. Nope. Beanbag. Cats are so weird. Pitch black in here, ain't it? If there's a way down, it has to be here. I bet you're right, Gillian. So let's use, what pets do I have? I have 2 cats. Sarandon just posted the 2 kitties, and they were just on camera. I'll just post them again real quick. So I have 2 cats. Mingus is the gray one. Her full name is Mingus Dew. And Charlie is my tuxedo bad boy. And yeah, Mingus was just on camera, and I had Charlie also on camera. If she comes to visit me like every night and yells at me. And haven't seen you in a while, Preheated. I don't know if you are lurking a bit or not, but it's good to see you again. Just the 2 cats. And I don't remember exactly their ages, but Mingus is at least 11 and Charlie is about 2 years older, so he's at least 13. But he acts like a kitten most of the time. And Mingus she just likes to sleep and eat. She's kind of fat. And Charlie is skin and bones, but healthy. Like, he's fine. He just, he's probably like normal weight. Mingus is just, yeah, sure, I'll be here. I will be here. Let's use Metal Gear and turn on the light. All right. Turn your light on. Yes, sir. Coming on. The light is now on. I turn control of it over to you, Gillian. You operate the light with the direction key. That'll be the D-pad. Press the C button together with the direction key to move the light. Otherwise, the direction key navigates through the commands as usual. So it's like a shift or alt button. It's kind of cool. Make sure that objects you wish to examine are centered in the light's beam. I'll let you handle it, Gillian. All right, so I'm now holding down C and using the D-pad. So I can freely move the light. We did this before because this is where we saw the picture of St. Basil's Cathedral, or Basil's, however you want to say it. So where would a secret entrance be? Oh, I know. I saw this before and I tried to inspect it and nothing happened. I think this table is going to slide to the left. I think those look like tracks, right? So that's going to reveal a secret entrance. And I thought that the first time I was here, but nothing happened when I investigated it. So it just wasn't the right time. I've been pretty spot on with the investigation outcomes I've been guessing. Off a little bit, but let's take a look and see if we can investigate. Look. There are rails on the floor. I know. Now, I don't remember where in the VOD or which day it even was, but if you go back and find when we were here the first time, I saw this. Whoa. 1,000 biddies. Thank you so much. Can you see the kitties? Well, you just hit the jackpot, and so did I. Thank you so much. Mingus is back. She came to visit. So if you look under where I have the Snatcher artwork, I'm going to turn on my cat cam, which is really just my camera that I'm going to turn on. And there she is. She's back. She likes to jump up and give headbutts and stuff, so she just has to... She has to do her thing. She's so... Hello. Yes, she likes to bite. She's a nibbler. Thank you. Let's see if I can get a little closer. Sorry, I have like the lights kind of dim, so it's probably really hard to see her, but she is a cutie. Oh, now you're going to show off? You can be cute now? She's actually gray. And if you see her in the sunlight, her tail is actually striped. But you don't notice it until the sun hits her. So she'll just lay here and do that. And I can pretty much do whatever I want to these cats. All right, and meaning, I can give them belly rubs and they're not going to kill me. And I can't get that close to Charlie. He's actually, he's hanging out on the beanbag, but since you asked, I can... So there's Charlie. He's hanging out on my daughter's beanbag. He thinks it's one giant cat bed. And he's been there all night. And he'll be there probably when I go to bed. He'll still be there. He's a tuxedo. And he's very curious. Tonight, we had some chili. And my daughter was like, can I have some butter bread? So she had butter bread. And I guess the bread was a little warm and the butter like dripped onto the little saucer. And we were all finished with dinner. She got down and Charlie, he likes to come sit at the table. You wish it was full screen. Yeah, I don't have it set up to do that. I don't know how to do that, honestly. That would probably have to be a different scene. I can work on that. I'll work on it. Sorry. That camera was just positioned on my consoles because I use hardware. So I just had the consoles on screen so people could see that I was using hardware and not emulating. Some people are into, the retro consoles and stuff. Others don't care. It was for those people that are interested. But I'll see if I can come up with a full screen cat cam. I'm sure a lot of people would appreciate that. And I always have the lights kind of dim in here. So, yeah, it's just kind of impromptu cat cam. It's not like an official cat cam. Just like, hey, I have a cam. Might as well use it for the cats. I don't have it set up for me because I'm in the living room. I keep saying temporarily, even though it's been for a while now. I just don't have the other, what's going to be my streaming room / office, renovated. Oh, thank you. Yeah, what? Oh my God, what is going on? Thank you so much. I don't have to do that. Did you ever get your question answered? Because you were in here asking about souls, right? A while ago. Oh, you miss your kitty? Sorry. Yeah, my daughter, she's only 4, and these cats are, 11 and 13, so she's going to have a bad day one day. I think you were asking about, like a magic build or something, right? And, I think that same night, like, Akinar was in here, and it would have been perfect if Akinar was in here when you were in here. Because Akinar played through Dark Souls 2 with, like a hex magic build or something. And I was wondering how that worked out for you. If you figured that out, because I did end up beating Dark Souls 2 since the last time, I believe. At least we chatted. I don't know if you lurk at all, but, and it was... The night Chrome crashed? Oh, silly Chrome. What are you doing, Chrome? Can I rewind 20 seconds? Let me think. What was I talking about? I just said, I was talking about, I saw you say that you miss your kitty. And I said that my cats are, Mingus is like 11, Charlie's 13-ish, and my daughter is 4. So, she's not going to get to see them in their prime. They're still okay, so. You're going to turn the laptop into a Frisbee? Yeah, I understand that. I don't even use my laptop anymore. It's so old that I can't even, it takes like a minute for Windows to load. And then I was asking about, when I first encountered you, you came in here asking about Dark Souls 2, I believe. And I said I was doing a strength build, so I couldn't really provide any info as far as magic goes, and I was wishing that Akinar was still, because Akinar is another streamer that sometimes lurks in here, and if I say forlorn, sometimes I can summon Akinar with forlorn, because Akinar absolutely hates forlorn. It didn't work. Because Akinar was actually ahead of me in Dark Souls 2. Yeah, it was quite a while back. So I ended up beating Dark Souls 2, but I still have a bunch of DLC bosses to go back to. Yeah, and I saw your name pop up, and I was like, wait a minute. Dark Souls. I remember you coming in because I didn't even help you, and you cheered. And I was like, well, I didn't even do anything. So, you've got to be my top cheer, honestly, I got to say. You just picked the controller up tonight. Awesome. And, when I finally beat it, I'm not sure chat would even believe me, but I came to the conclusion that I think I like Dark Souls 2 a bit more than Dark Souls. It has a lot to offer. And I'm not even finished with it. It's frustrating, but I can't wait to, conquer it completely. It's very controversial, I know, but I have a lot of hot takes. I would say most of the things I say are probably a bit of a hot take, but that's fine. It's just me. I'm not acting just a guy playing games. So eventually we're going to get to Dark Souls 3, and then I'll have a final opinion on what order I guess I prefer the Dark Souls games. That may change. I hear good things about 3. So there are rails on the floor. Rails? That's funny. Maybe this is the way to the lower level. There must be a switch somewhere. So we're in the Queen's Hospital. I was here before, and I saw that. I was saying, there's got to be a switch. I thought maybe the computer. Yeah, I think the people in chat that are familiar with all the Souls games have already assumed that I'm going to like the faster gameplay of 3. You're going to head out? Okay. Hey, no thanks. No thanks. You got to stay. No, I'm just kidding. Appreciate you coming in. It's good to see you again. And of course, the bits are just completely caught me off guard. It's a very rare occasion when that happens. Need to make dinner? I understand. Well, I expect a full report on Dark Souls 2. Or at least, let me know what you're thinking about it. Thank you so much. Please come back anytime. And you don't even have to spend any bits. Just, you can just hang out. And I will try and get a full screen cat cam going by the time... No, not again. Not again. Oh, no. It's getting hot in here. I know, Sarandon. I'm doing that exact same face right now. Glasses and all. But it's always good to see you, Preheated. And please come back again. And let me know how the Dark Souls 2 is going. And I will... You're a lurker? Okay. Well, I appreciate the lurks. And I try and make sure I say that. I do appreciate the lurkers. I really do. And I don't know if you're a lurker. I don't have a viewer list up, so I don't know who's here and who's not. So if I accidentally talk about someone that's lurking, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to call you out. I don't know you're here. I just some people they pop in my mind and I like to talk about them. Other streamers that happen to pop in once in a while, so sorry, Akinar, if you're lurking, calling you out on Forlorn. But I always thought it was funny. Whenever I said that, Akinar would appear. But, yeah, it's good to see you. So we're looking for a switch. I looked at all this stuff before, so it's not me. It's just, the game is programmed in a way that you can only do so much per scene, I'm not sure how they did that. Maybe Argent has an idea. Argent, how would they have programmed, I'm in this room again. I've been here before. Okay, good night. Yes, I will give them lots of pets and scratches. I have to do that every night before I go to bed. Otherwise, they will keep yelling at me until I do. Yep. Oh, Charlie just woke up. Mingus is somewhere. So I'm wondering how they were able to let me in here before and, somehow the triggers for this part of the story were not active. I'm not sure how they did that. So let's look at this. Oh, the vase. Okay, let me just throw this out here before I click on anything. Remember, when we were back in the chief's office, we looked at the painting and it was a vase. And it said, there was a note that was face to face, right? Well, there's a vase. And it looks very similar to the one in the picture in the chief's office, right? So what if it's like you pull on the vase and it opens the trapdoor? And I looked that up before, and I think it just said, it's a vase. So let's investigate that again. Okay? And see if I'm right again. It happens. It happens. Let's investigate it. It's a simple vase. Well, that was a little bit of a letdown. I was thinking like, oh, it's a switch. If you pull on it or give it a turn, yeah, it was nothing. What else can we look at? Let's look at the computer again. The computer did nothing last time. They were just like, they said it was a monitor, I think. So it's a monitor designed for use with a computer. Yes, that would make sense. That's it. We can look at the picture again. It's a very old photograph. Judging from the condition, the inks and paper, I would suspect that it is at least 50 years old. Okay. And the last time you know what? When I was looking at this before, I was looking like down here, it sensed something, Metal Gear was going off and ended up being, it was a cockroach or something. So that proves I was looking down and around there. Let's try the drawers again. Let's investigate this drawer. It's too bad. There's nothing there. Okay. What about this? That's where the matches were. Okay. I think they went to make dinner, so I'll have to remind them. I should have informed them of the command here. You're right, Rav. I see nothing unusual. There's nothing there. This was what, a whiteboard? With a copy prevention device installed. Really? Specially designed for use by bad guys, eh? Yeah, right? What else? Yeah, we're probably just going to have to talk to make this. The cockroach has vanished. It must have crawled under something. Okay. I see nothing unusual. I see nothing unusual. I was looking at like the dirt on the ground. The object you're aiming for is not centered in the light's beam. Well, how do you know what I'm aiming for? I was looking at the speckles on the floor. Place the object you want in the center of the light's beam. Oh, so there's nothing there. That's their way of telling me you're not doing it right. There's nothing there. I'm not sure. I see nothing unusual. Okay, I think I've looked at pretty much everything, right? Like, what else? We've already checked out that drawer. Well, there's 2 cabinets and a drawer. If I center that, you're going to tell me it's... Yeah. So I think the only way to move this ahead is to talk. Let's talk. What do you think of this room? The lack of lights is weird. I can't think of any reason for that. So maybe the Snatchers don't need lights, huh? This room may have some kind of trap or other device in it. What kind of device are you talking about? Why don't we just take a good look around? Well, I was trying to. Quiet down, Gillian. We'll be heard. So I'm missing something, chat. Is there something... What else can I look at? I see nothing unusual. Okay. Maybe I need to look at the tracks again. Maybe it's one of those things. They run under this desk. Oh, I didn't investigate. So never mind. I got it. I didn't investigate. I keep thinking like I'm looking, but that means like it's just telling you what's there. It's not actually acting on it. Okay. So I need to investigate the rails. I think you're right. They'd run under the desk. Perhaps this desk is designed to slide. Yes. Okay. So can we investigate the vase? It's a simple vase. Like, can we center the desk? I don't know. There's nothing there. It's a whiteboard, yes. Quiet down, Gillian. Is your light on? It's been on for some time. Do you have night vision trouble, Gillian? Oh, geez. Okay, so how... There's got to be a way to make this move. Why? I wish this computer would just do something, you know? But it doesn't. It's just there. The object you're aiming for is not centered in a light beam. Well, how do you know what I'm aiming for? We've gone over this. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. They'd run under this desk. Perhaps the desk is designed to slide. I think you're right. Okay. There are rails on the floor. What's wrong with this picture, kids? These rails are out of place. There must be a switch somewhere. Where? Where is there a switch? A painting? What's this? Looks like a castle or something. It's a very old photograph. And judging the condition, yeah. Okay, so there's a... We're looking for a switch. I don't see anything that looks like a switch. The computer is not working. We've already checked that drawer. I'm looking for a switch. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know where else to look. I'm going as far out as I can. That's where the no, I'm not looking at the matches. I'm looking at... I'm not looking... That's not where I'm looking. The object... Oh, God. Game, please. Work with me here. You know what? Maybe... I gotta say, I kind of wish there was more music. This song, this jingle jangle song is getting on my nerves. All right, we're gonna have to go 1 pixel at a time. 1 pixel at a time. I don't know what else to do. There's not a whole lot in this room. Oh, the face-to-face? Yeah. You know, I looked at the vase many times. I think it's got to be the vase, but it's not doing anything. It's a simple vase. What's this? Come on. Now, you've all been watching me click on this. Right? Is it like you have to look at it 5 times and then they finally see it? I said this when I first got here. It's got to be the vase. It's got to be the vase, right? And it did nothing. This game makes me look like a fool. We've already tried this. I know you all saw it. Face to face. Doesn't this look like the picture that's on the wall of the chief's office? Well, well, well. Doesn't that sound familiar? Mm-hmm. Is One More Time, is that one of their songs too? Is that Daft Punk? Yeah. Well, that's all it took. Just one more time. That's a famous optical illusion, isn't it? I get it. Their eyes don't register optical illusions. We better check that out. It's not something a human would notice easily. It could be a sign of some kind. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's why I looked at it immediately when I came in here. However long ago that was. Probably a half an hour. All right. That's enough. I see. Face to face. This could mean something. Let's check it out. That means investigate, by the way. I bet this vase is some kind of switch. But yet, oh my God. But yet when I investigated not all that long ago, and you know this because I read out loud, I read all the dialogue, it's just a simple vase. I said that how many times? So why now is it triggering? Ay, 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 ay. All right, I will try lifting it up. You have to look before you investigate? Yeah, I typically do. I always start with look and then I move to investigate. I mean, you can, I guess that can be double checked to see if I did any looking. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. I guess that might have been it. That's how I've been doing the whole, like my whole playthrough. I look first and then I investigate because you get different information. But it's highly possible I didn't do that. But I went right to the vase. I know that. The desk slid to one side, revealing a stairway leading down.
This apparently leads down to a lower level.
It looks like Jamie was right. Queen's Hospital does have a basement.
And that basement is the Snatcher's main lair. Out of the frying pan and into the fire, as they say. Wow, what do we do now, Gillian?
We use Metal Gear, and we save. I'm not ashamed of save scumming. I will say that. If it's a feature in the game and it allows me to save some time, then I am all about it. Because I don't have a lot of time to stream these days, so let's save our progress. Let's peep. We're gonna peep, chat. This is now a peep stream. It appears to go straight down. I guess. I mean, it's just a staircase. I don't really know what that means, straight down. A door is visible below. All right. Our only option now is to investigate. So peep is different than look. Peep is like you're only looking with one eye. Okay. I think that's how it works. Peeping is you look with one eye. Looking is with two eyes, right? And investigating is looking with two eyes, but closer. Stairway. Let's do the motion detector first. I don't read anything at the moment. Let's peep again. Okay. Investigate. Now let's go stairway. Unlike the hallway, these stairs do not have any dust on them. Okay, so how are they getting in here? How are they getting in here? In other words, our friends use this, right? Don't worry, it's well built. If these stairs can handle a Snatcher, they won't have any trouble with us. That almost implies that Snatchers would weigh like a considerable amount more, but that would just make them easily detectable, I would think. So I don't know what they were trying to go for there. It seems like that's what they were trying to imply, but I don't know. My sensors are not picking anything up. Okay, it's time to descend stairs. A little nervous.
It's a very narrow stairway. We'll have to go down single file.
Okay, who's going to take the point?
That's obvious. The guy with the light.
Hey, that's not fair.
Poor Metal.
Well, well, what do we have here?
It's the hospital corridor.
It's the same hallway, but not the one that's on the first floor.
So what does that mean?
An entire floor of Queen's Hospital has been duplicated underground.
So the same floor is both upstairs and downstairs, sort of like parallel worlds.
So that desolate setup upstairs is all just a smokescreen. They're making it look like the place is closed down, but in reality, they're keeping themselves quite busy.
Gillian, that means we're already right in the middle of their headquarters. Please use extreme caution.
Wow. Yeah. As above, so below. Exactly. All right. This is getting real, chat. This is getting real. Ah, this game is so good. I don't know if any game is going to top this. Maybe Super Metroid? Is this the best SEGA CD, even like Genesis? Is this the best SEGA game of this era? It's gotta be. I've been playing, Genesis and the SEGA CD games since they were brand new, and no game has ever captivated me like this. It's not just the gameplay, the writing, like everything is just, it's just too good. Let's take a look around. See, this is how I do it. I look first. I typically do look first, so I'm not sure how I missed looking first in room number 3, but apparently I did. There's a reception booth in the middle of the floor, as upstairs, and there are 3 doors off the hallway. Everything is exactly the same. It's like we've jumped through time or something. Just making sure we... All right, let's take a look at the floor. it's been polished quite meticulously. Nothing like upstairs at all. I see. It was a linoleum floor, huh? Really? A linoleum floor in a hospital? That seems like a bad idea. It's been polished quite meticulously. Nothing like upstairs, yeah. Reception desk. The monitors and control consoles also appear well cared for. In other words, this stuff gets looked at regularly. We better be real careful. Got that right. The monitors are switched off, but the AC power lamps are still lit. Okay. All right, just seeing if anything changed. Look at the doors. Door number 1, the door is closed. Yes. I'll look at them, but I can see that they're closed. I just want to make sure we go through all the dialogue so nothing gets missed. Yeah, they're all closed. Let's start our investigation. Start with the area. I'm not reading any movement. We're the only ones in the area. So I guess that just means, like, as far as we can see, it's not detecting the rooms or anything. Because both Harry and the chief are missing, so they both have to be here. So is it going to come down to we're going to have to decide who the Snatcher is, and we're going to have to shoot the right one? This is just me thinking out loud. Just thinking out loud. That would seem like something this game would do. The construction and design of the hallways and rooms is absolutely identical to the floor above. Okay. I'm not reading any movement. We are the only ones in the area, okay? Floor. It's waxed rather nicely. I just can't imagine a bunch of Snatchers crawling around, waxing floors. They seem to like things tidy, don't they? It's obviously used differently from the floor above. Okay. Let's move on to the reception desk. There are switches here to open the doors. Yes. Just like upstairs. The design of the reception booth is the same as that upstairs. Mm-hmm. Makes sense. The monitor has been used quite recently. The monitors are still warm. Okay. Switches. What's this? Unlike the first floor, there are only 2 door switches. Only 2. Well, the first door was the operating room. The second door was the lab. And then the third room was like a office or something. I'm not sure. Computer desk, the whiteboard, the picture. So what 2 doors? I would assume the switches for maybe the first and second door, and then the third one is just open. I don't know. Let's talk. Quiet, Gillian. They'll hear us if we make too much noise. Shh. Be quiet. Sorry. It's just one of my options on my menu. I didn't mean anything by it. 1 and 2. That was my guess. Well, let's start with number 1. All right. I'll push switch number 1. All right. Let's look at the doors. The door is open. Let's investigate the area. I'm not reading any movement. We're the only ones in the area. Okay. Chat. We're going to move into room number 1. This is the operating room. The actual operating room. Oh boy. All right, here we go. All right, let's check out the first room. We're in room number 1. With all of its glorious beeps and boops. The lights are on, unlike upstairs. Let's look around the room. There's an operating table in the middle of the room. This appears to be their real treatment area. With these lights, it actually looks like a real hospital. There's an operating table in the middle of the room. This appears to be their real treatment area. Yeah, okay. The ceiling. Various X-ray devices have been installed in the ceiling. Okay. The monitors, a number of brand new medical monitors are installed. Okay. And the operating table. It appears to be a standard operating table. Cables run from it to a number of the machines around the room. Yeah, it seems like a tripping hazard, honestly. Like, of all this, and of all the technology they have here, like, you think they would have done a little bit more cable management. That's just me. I'm all about cable management. Just ask any of the people that have been here for a while. I like to, I posted pictures of my setups. And they think I'm maybe a little bit anal about seeing cords, you know, from a seated position. If you look at my entertainment center from the couch, you can't see almost any cords because I've spent way too long tying them up so they can't be seen. So these cables kind of stick out to me like, ugh. And the way I just redid my desk, I mounted a 12-outlet power strip. It's 4 feet long on the back side of the rear support for my desk. It's like a split-level 6-foot-long desk, and it's got 2 sections that you can have at different heights. And there's like a beam that runs under both of them. So I mounted one of those 4-foot 12-outlet power strips, just like I did in my entertainment center. So all my cables, my power cables, just wrap around the back and plug in. And then I have one cord that plugs in the wall. And that's it. That's all you can see. Anyway. Appears to be a standard operating table. Cables run. Yeah, we already talked about that. So let's investigate. There is nothing of note besides the medical equipment. It's a pretty big place. Can't really see everything at once. Let's take a look from one side to the other. Oh. Okay. We will. We'll get there. Well, that's new. Besides the standard X-ray and gamma rays, they can also project neutron and proton particle beams with this equipment. I would suspect that it is used in cancer treatment. Or it's, you know, like a small hadron collider. This is where the wormholes form. Let's take a look at the monitors. There are monitors for ultrasound, MRI scanners, and other imaging equipment. They're already connected to the nearby machines. Though switched off, they are getting power. The equipment is in standby mode. Okay. Let's investigate the operating table. The surface of the bed is still quite warm, as if someone was just lying there until just moments ago. Uh-oh. And it appears as though there are 2 doors on the other side of the room and possibly windows. So are we being watched right now? Maybe. They have to know we're here, right? Okay. Let's take a look at that table again. All right. Same thing. Motion detector. I'm not picking up any movement, at least not anymore. There was some movement, but I've lost it now. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's not good. Oh. All right. What else do we have? Motion detector again. This is odd. The reading comes and goes. Probably a sensor malfunction on my part. I don't know if I would jump to conclusions, Metal. You know, that seems like it's something you might want to look into. Well, let's look over. Oh, Rav, we get to smell. I'm so excited. I love when we can smell. It's so rare. All right, let's look over the entire room. Oh. Oh my God. It's a Snatcher. How could they be standing there this whole time? And they just pan to the right and there's a skeleton hanging on, you know, a coat rack. Oh, you know it, Rav. It's coming. We're going to be smelling real soon. Don't scare me like that. It's just a specimen. It's a skeletal specimen. Okay. Indeed. Let's talk about that. I wonder if this is where they carry out their treatment. It sure looks that way. Well, that's it then. Let's trash the place. Just relax. Let's take a look at the other rooms too. There's no mistake. This is their nest. Let's take the place out. Just relax. Let's take a look at the other rooms too. I don't know. I'm kind of with Gillian, you know? All right, it's smell time. How many years off is smell-o-vision? You know, I'm a little disappointed. We're coming up on 2023. VR is still kind of meh. It's okay, but you know, nothing insane. No flying cars, at least that are, you know, practical. They do exist. And no smell-o-vision. But, you know, we've got ray tracing, you know. I don't know if anyone saw, I saw there was, I don't know if it's a mod or what. I didn't get a chance to read it in depth, but there's apparently a ray traced version of Quake. And I'm intrigued because I was really into Quake back in the day. I was big into like Wolfenstein, Doom, and Quake when they first released. Now, I haven't really been playing them recently, but that's pretty much all I played back in the day. Smell-o-vision probably exists. You don't think we can handle it? Yeah, I mean, there has to be some kind of mad scientist out there that's invented some kind of little black box with chemicals in it that can mix it on the spot and, you know, pump it into your nose or something. And I'm not saying I want to smell everything, though. I would want a lot of control. I feel like that's going to be, to me, that's the most sensitive. I can close my eyes. You know, if I see something and I'm like, I'm not sure I want to see that, I can look away. I can close my eyes. I can choose not to put something in my mouth. You know, there's no lick option, which is probably good. Or, you know, maybe taste would be more suitable. But smell, you don't really have a lot of control over what you smell because you have to breathe, right? So I think it would be easy to take advantage of your smelling sense in something like that. Like if you were to combine, you know, VR with smell-o-vision, you'd want to be able to really dial that back and, you know, have a safety switch or something. Because you got to breathe. You can close your eyes, you can close your mouth, but you still got to breathe. What's left? Your nose. Oh yeah, it's that same smell you get just about at any hospital, an operating one, that is. I've worked in hospitals. I don't know. They're just always cleaning them. Especially for people who are very sensitive to strong smells. Yeah. My senses are all pretty, almost hyperactive, I gotta say. Sounds really bother me. I mean, you know that. Smells are not quite as bad, but I've a pretty good sense of smell. And I gotta tell you, I've worked in, when I did my clinicals for histology, that really tested my sense of smell. You know, I was cutting, you know, specimens that people submitted to the lab. Luckily, they're encased in wax. When we cut with the microtomes, they're taking microscopic, almost, slices of stuff. But part of my duties as a student in histology, I was to go down to the morgue and record the temperatures in the cooler. And I also had to look for specimens to be dropped off that were down in the freezer/cooler. And sometimes it was occupied, if you know what I mean. And I gotta tell you, that is something that will never, ever leave my brain. Popping open that big cooler door and not knowing what's on the other side, both visually and nasally. Yeah, it leaves a lasting impression. I think about it to this day. It was something else. No, you can't. You really can't imagine. I tried to imagine. I tried to prepare myself every time I went down there to do my temperature readings and, tidying up. I walked in one time and there was this guy from one of the funeral homes. I guess he was doing a pickup or something. He's like, "Hey, wanna help me with this?" And I was just like, what? No, not really. Bye. Yeah. That was a interesting time in my life. I'll never forget it. For better or for worse. I can at least say, like, I've experienced it. Something that a lot of people really haven't. It's just an unusual part of humanity that so many people don't get to experience. And I still get weird, tingly feelings just thinking about it. So this whole thing right here it kind of like took me back to that time. And I'm back there. The room obviously didn't look like this, but there was a similar type of setup to it. What a time. The things I've seen. So unexpected. Let's smell again, for the heck of it. Whoa, the smell from those drugs could knock a guy down. Hey, you gonna share? What else we got? Oh, it's just drugs. We're just smelling drugs. Hey, it's okay. We're just smelling drugs over here. Looking at them's not going to do any good. You don't know what they are. They all look the same. With this little jar of white powder. Could be anything. You should probably smell it. Get your nose in there. Ah, yes. But I was surrounded by so many chemicals there. Oh my God. I was always suited up working in the pathology department. Because I was like staining. I did a lot of staining of the specimens so that the pathologist could do their diagnosis. So it was a very smelly place. Sometimes, it was like straight up like gasoline type smells with all the different chemicals. And then there are the other ones. I highly recommend chemical smells over the other ones. Some kind of chemical. Yeah, I was looking at the numbers. I saw them go to 0. It's nothing I can do. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been dropping any frames. I don't know what to tell you. Twitch being twitchy. Yeah, it happened the last time I was streaming too. I don't know. It's 12:30. I don't want to stop. We'll go a little bit more. We're still smelling. But yeah, as far as like being into weird stuff, I don't know. I find that part of the medical field quite interesting. I didn't really get to work in it for very long, but, you know, I got to slice up some stuff real thin and look at it under microscopes. And it's kind of cool. It's very niche, unfortunately. So me finding work as a histology technician where I live currently, not so good. What else? I guess we just have to go to the next room, right? Into sniffing weird stuff. Oh, no, it was just working in the histology laboratory. You're just surrounded by chemicals, volatile chemicals, because, you know, you're getting specimens from people that go get biopsies and whatnot, and you have to fix them. So you're using a lot of chemicals to get the specimens into a state where they're somewhat preserved, you know, and it takes a lot of chemicals to make that happen. So it's just a very smelly thing. You're the only one that likes the smell of taking a watch from the rubber strap off. I'm gonna say yeah, but I don't wear watches because my arm does not like stuff on it. It says no thank you. Nothing on my arm, please. I'm kind of surprised like that people still wear watches with cell phones and whatnot. You were the weird one all along? Hey. You know, we're all weird in our own way. And that's comforting in a way. I guess we're gonna have to move on to the next room because there's nothing else to do here. Let's go on to the number 2. I know. I know, right? I know what you mean. For some reason we covered this last stream, but like I don't consider myself to be like particularly hairy. But yeah, watches and sometimes my belt buckle. I've got like this simple like Cabela's belt buckle, and sometimes it grabs a hair and I go to like stand up and it just like rips on out. I'm like, ah. It is. What's the deal with hair? All right, let's use the switches. We'll close number 1. What did you just come back to? Oh, I don't know. We're just talking about smelling chemicals and pulling hair. You know, the usual. Chat, what do you think? Do you want me to keep going? Or do you want to pick this up on Friday? Because if we're going to keep going, I'll take a quick break. And then maybe we'll go to like, 1 or something. I'm up anyway, you know? Can I keep going? I can do whatever I want. Can we beat this tonight? I'm going to say probably not. Probably not. But, I'm finished streaming. I get off and I got some stuff to do anyway. So I'm up, I'm willing to go a little bit more. That's quitter talk. All right. To me, that's good enough. Let's just keep going, but I will have to take a little break. Go for it? All right. We'll go for it. So I'm going to go BRB and we'll go for a bit more because why not? All right, I'll be back soon. right, chat. I am back, like it or not. Wow, that's a song. Let's try it too. All right, let's get back to the game. I didn't really want to interrupt that song. Sorry about that. That's what they call a banger. Good old Wolf and Raven. All right, chat. Let's check out door number 2. All right, here we go. Switch 2. All right. I'll push switch number 2. Now, what is this, Argent? Guys, how do we feel about Death actually wanting to stream? and not counting down the tedious minutes until he can stop. Oh, man. All right. Anyway, let's keep playing this game. It's open. Hey, I just said that. Let's look at the doors. The door is open. Just making sure. You never know. What? Let's just go for it. All right, so this... I can't ban me. I'm a mod. Yeah, I don't... How did that even happen? I don't even remember. I must have had too much to drink that night. I don't know. Take care of that. Take a look in the second room. Uh-oh. This looks a little different. There's some eyeballs in a containment unit. There's beeps and boops happening. This is serious, chat. Look at this. Some kind of testing equipment is running. That's a real nasty sound. Gets on my nerves. Yeah. I'm right there with you. You tried banning a bot the streamer had because it was over-censoring stuff. Banning it didn't actually ban it. You don't say. Hey, it doesn't hurt to try. Let's take a look around the room. This room seems to be their real biotech research lab. Looks like Frankenstein, excuse me, could show up any minute. My apologies. Frankenstein. Has anyone seen Frau Blucher? This room seems to be their real biotech. Yes, we've established that. Ceiling. And what name was on it? Abby's something. You mean to tell me you brought me an abnormal brain? Can never watch that movie too many times. Never, ever gets old. Absolutely the best movie ever made. It is. It honestly is. Peter Boyle. Oh my god. This is so good. It is like... It is absolutely my favorite movie. I remember when I first saw it, and I was like, what in the world is this? Roll, roll, roll in the hay. Is well equipped with micro manipulators, various types of lasers. Hey, Argent, you've got micro manipulators. It has a microsurgery system, No cobwebs in this room. Rav, I'm guessing you haven't had a chance to see Young Frankenstein. What's that supposed to mean? It's becoming a Young Frankenstein appreciation stream. It wasn't even planned that way. It's just like, it's just it's taking care of itself. I'm okay with it. Now I'm feeling like I'm playing Young Frankenstein, the game. Now I gotta watch that. Man, I had plans. I had to do some more trucking. Some American trucking. But now I gotta watch Young Frankenstein. Anybody out there that has not seen Young Frankenstein, please, even if it's right now, like, just leave the stream and go watch that movie. I don't know what it is. It's absolutely perfect. It's the perfect comedy. Walk. Follow me. Walk this way. All right. Let's look at the ceiling. Yes. Let's look at the shelf. There are a number of jars for formaldehyde and other chemicals. You still haven't seen it? Okay. It's okay. It's okay, Rev. I'll still let you come in. You can still chat. It's fine. But I'm watching you. Are there any SEGA gives in here? I don't know. I will, I'll look around. I'll look for any SEGA gives. Oh my god. I can't focus now. Yeah, it's black and white. Was it filmed in black and white? I guess so. I don't, but you know, it's when you watch the movie, it's black and white. I'm not sure how they did it, if it's post or if they've actually filmed it that way. I never actually looked into it that far for some reason. But yeah, you know, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I mean, even as a kid, I used to watch the Three Stooges in black and white. It's good. It's good. The vast number of jars almost suggest a museum. I'm just sitting here like an idiot smiling, thinking about sedatives. Like you gotta go watch the movie. You gotta go watch it. I hope it doesn't let you down. I promise you. It will not let you down. God. Sedative? Let's look at the... There are a number of machines for biotech experiments. It seems they are quite serious about their work. Yeah. I mean, I would be serious if I got cancer by being out in the sun and like not even for like extended periods of time. Like they're at the point where they only come out during the winter and at night. You know, it's kind of serious. What if the Snatchers are actually like the good guys? It really is. It's so well written. It's so well acted. Absolutely worth the time to watch it. It never gets old. Like, you can just watch it over and over again, and it's still funny. And that's not true for every comedy. Like, some comedies are like, you watch it, and it's funny the first time, and then, like, the second time, like, you already know what's coming, and it's just... It's not as funny as the first time, but Young Frankenstein just never gets old. It's timeless. And literally, it's a timeless comedy. I'm confident it will always be talked about. They're all finest quality monitors, microscopes, and the like. Are we still looking or are we investigating? I forget. We're still looking, right? Look at the containers. I wonder if these containers contain any sedatives. Samples mutated cells and organs with tumors. I don't want to look at this stuff. Yeah. You know, when I was in that hospital, there was the room, it was like the cutting room. And it was literally, this was what the cutting room looked like. When you went in the room, it was just glass door shelves, like it was glass doors with shelves behind them with specimens. And, you know, every month or so, we'd have to go through and dispose of stuff. And I won't even get into the worst parts of it, but like this type of stuff, the crazy thing is, like, it's been happening for so long. Like, you just don't see it. It's just it's someone's normal job to do that. To go in and cut stuff up to try and fix people. And honestly, it really put I got a lot of perspective, and I gained a lot of respect for doctors working in pathology, because, you know, they're specifically looking for cancer. And my particular hospital had about 6 pathologists, and I would have to, you know, I'd deliver the slides to them, and they would do their thing. And there were times when they would all have to get together because they just didn't know. Like, you think doctors go to school to learn, and then they just know everything and they can just rattle it off. But there are some things that we still really don't fully grasp. And it'll take a whole team of these doctors to sit around at a table and look at these cells under a microscope. You know, there was a table that had microscopes all around it, and then there was like one main microscope where the doctor would put the slide in, and then it would be like essentially projected to everyone else's microscope, and they would all look at it together. And, you know, they'd bust out the textbooks, and they would really, it would take them, you know, sometimes days to come to a conclusion. Like, what is this? And sometimes they'd have to do it on the spot. I would go up to what we call the frozen room, and there were sometimes patients would be in the operating room, and I would have to go up with one of the pathologists, and they would bring specimens in straight from the OR, and I would have to prep the stains for the doctor so that they could look at it and say, okay, we have to take more. We didn't get it all. Or, you know, it looks good. And the patient's in there, like, waiting. It's crazy. Like, all this stuff, like, it just reminds me of all that. Like, it's science fiction. Like, this game is like science fiction, but a lot of parts of this are, like, very real. And it just kind of takes me back to those times. And it's not something I think about very often, really. But I don't know. This game's making me feel weird sometimes. Let's keep going. Yeah. Jars of stuff. The room is illuminated with red light. It makes for a very disquieting atmosphere. Yeah. I didn't experience the red light. You know a game is bad when it makes you nostalgic for cancer? I don't know if I would say it's bad. I would say it's... I don't know what the word is. It just, parts of it really do hit. I wouldn't say nostalgia either, but it looks fake in a way, but it's just because so many people don't even know that stuff exists. It's just, I've been on the other side of the medical community. And it's so interesting. And I have so much respect for everybody there. You don't know who you're walking past when you're in the grocery store. They could have been, working on your biopsy. And, like the women I worked with, they were just they're just regular people. And if they would say to people they met out in the wild, like what they did, nobody would understand what they're talking about. And they were just like the nicest people I've really encountered. But it's also like the northern Midwest, so everyone was super nice. But I never would, I couldn't look at them and know what they were experiencing at work. You think people go to work and they go to their office job or whatever. These women were going to work every day and working to save people's lives. And you wouldn't even know it by looking at them. It just, I don't know. It's just, I love that part of it. It sounds dark. I don't know about dark. It depends on what your experience is with it. But I'm not turned off by stuff like that. I found it really interesting, and I learned a ton, and I've probably forgotten most of it at this point. But this is very much like a laboratory setting. This isn't far off from what some of the rooms looked like that I worked in. Really. It's cool stuff. It's amazing what we can do when we get together. Some people make video games. Somebody made this how long ago, and it's still relevant, honestly. It's so good. It's so well made. Lots of respect to them, too. Indeed. Indeed. I'm wondering, how much research Kojima did into, medical laboratories. Because this looks pretty good. I like it. Look around the room again. It's illuminated with red light. Yeah, knowing him a ton. Yeah. And I think that's why maybe it really caught me off guard. It looks very science fiction-y, but also there's definitely some realism there. Argon lasers, argon dye lasers. Yeah, we didn't have any lasers in the laboratory. No lasers. It's a device for selectively destroying certain types of cancer cells. They also have the latest gene cannon. Whoa, a gene cannon. That's something. Gene cannon. I'm guessing a gene cannon's nothing like a t-shirt cannon you'd find at like at a concert, right? It's probably different. Everything is quite neatly organized. There are samples here of monoclonal antibodies. Oh, no way. No way. We had to deal with monoclonal antibodies in the histology laboratory. Like this is like real stuff. Gene can't imagine being told your genes are apocryphal. Who wants genes? I got them. I got your gene therapy right here. What in the world is that? Antibodies, which are said to have beneficial effects on cancerous melanomas. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, Kojima did his research, because this is still relevant. And, I was doing this, several years ago. So, I mean, it may have changed, like technology may have changed, but what's here, this is real stuff. There's no mistake. This is definitely their maintenance hospital. This is so cool. And I don't know if anybody out there is familiar with like CNC machines and stuff, like automated machines. Now, I didn't prepare many of these slides, but they're very specific types of tests that were run. And there was a machine that you would get loaded up with the slides, and it would do some fancy stuff. And that's the machine that was dealing with these monoclonal antibodies, and you'd have to do your different slides to like your control slides, and then you'd put in the specimens, the patient specimen, and all that stuff would get, all those slides would be sent to the pathologist along with the other samples too. Man, this game just keeps going. So good. DNA synthesizers, DNA sequencers, a nucleic acid extractor, chromatography equipment, automatic pipetting devices. Yeah, we had an automatic slide cover slipper, and I had never seen one before. I would always, when I was in school, like we would put the cover slips on by hand. But when we were finished, or when I was finished staining the tissues, they would get loaded into these baskets and put into the cover slipper, and this machine would automatically cover slip all the slides. But it was so old, once in a while it would break the slides, and that was always fun to be, like the peon delivering these cases of slides to the pathologist, and some of them are broken, so you'd have to glue them on top of, like you'd have to glue the slide back together as best you could, and then put another slide on top of it, so it was like, like one solid slide again. And I had to do that at least like 3 times. Sometimes they got dropped. They would fall onto the rubber mat, bounce off the rubber mat onto the hard tile floor, and just smash. I'm like, God, come on. Sometimes the cover slipper was just old, and the slides would get jammed up, and you'd have to try your best to get the slide out of the machine without breaking it. And yeah, it wasn't always successful. So that was put into the new budget. I remember trying to get a new cover slipper. We didn't do a lot of pipetting. That's a particle accelerator? used to generate a stream of heavy particles for a number of different treatment techniques. The machine is in standby mode. It looks like the Snatchers were working on artificial skin regeneration techniques as well as various cancer treatments. I didn't know this game was going to be like hitting all these memories for me. Yeah, we didn't have DNA synthesizers or anything like that. We didn't have particle accelerators. Yeah, that's stretching the truth a bit, having all that stuff in one small laboratory like this. But still cool. Let's take a look at the monitors. There's quite an impressive array of equipment. Some university hospitals are not stocked this well. And the hospital I was at was actually down the street from the university. Kind of a smallish hospital, but a lot of the people that I worked with that were running the place went to that school. NMR, nuclear magnetic resonance, microscopes, STMs, scanning tunneling microscopes, actually interviewed for a position before I moved. Well, it was like after I finished school, I moved to Pittsburgh and I applied for a position at the hospital in Pittsburgh, and they had a scanning, I think it was a scanning tunneling microscope. And I got to hang out in the lab for like, basically they let me hang out as long as I wanted. It was supposed to be an interview, but the people running the interview just kind of left me go with all the lab techs and stuff. So I just had a billion questions and they just let me kind of hang out and play with all the stuff. It was cool. Electron beam, holography cameras, street cameras. Gillian, the Snatchers obviously possess much greater intelligence than we have previously given them credit for. Nevertheless, their technology seems somewhat dated. Dated? What do you mean by that? The equipment and techniques they're using, most of these methods were abandoned years ago. This is well behind the current level of technology in most developed countries. It's a rough approximation, but I would say that they are 20 to 30 years behind the times. What's more, judging from the imbalance of the research material here, it appears to be primarily the work of one individual. You're telling me that all this work on the Snatchers' artificial skin is being carried out by one person and not some government institution? The design of this lab itself is in violation of a number of biohazard prevention safety codes. While a few safety cabinets have been installed, there's no autoclave or gas sterilizer anywhere. Yeah, that's important. You need that stuff for sure. It's quite far from P4 level. I seriously doubt that this lab was set up by a government or any other large organization. This is quite an impressive array of equipment. Some university hospitals are so on. Yeah. There are a number of cell cultures and other specimens. It's all rather grotesque. And I can also say, working in a laboratory, unless you're really into it, you don't want to be in microbiology. Microbiology is the smelliest department in a laboratory. It smells like a room full of moldy bread. Not my favorite. Sometimes we had to share a cooler with microbiology. They would have some of their stuff in the cooler with some of the other department stuff, and you'd walk in there and be like, ugh, Micro's got stuff in here. It's just like, get your moldy stuff out of here. Keep it in your own cooler. The dates on the samples indicate that they were rather new, that they are rather new. Now I'm really getting, like, this whole lab thing is getting me pretty excited. This is so cool. I think we looked at everything in here. Let's talk. What do you think? Sure looks like we found their hideout to me. Well, you think? I don't know, chat. Do you think we found their hideout? This could be anybody's hideout, right? Let's take a look at the room next door. Okay, if we have to. Quiet, Gillian. They'll hear us. We make too much noise. All right, well, you weren't talking to me, and then... Guys, so confusing. Everybody in this game gives me such a mixed signal when we're conversing. Like, Mika's like, Gillian, get away. And then she's like, you want to go on a date? And then her wife is like, let's just not. And then she's like, please come back. Everyone needs to make up their minds. I'm getting pulled in too many directions. And then there's Katrina. That's just a whole other branch that needs to be forgotten. Did we smell this yet? I don't remember. Did we smell this room? Whew. What a smell. Ugh. Smells like rotting fish or something. That's the smell of decomposing protein. Yeah. Yeah. We don't really need to talk about that. So that's the smell of cancerous skin cells, like Gibson wrote about, eh? It's really something else. Do not recommend. Yeah. I think I'm going to be sick. Yeah. Okay. That's enough of that. I think we're done here. I think we're done here. Let's get out of here. Ugh, I feel sick. I hear that. Takes me back. Down Mammary Lane. Let's, close that. Let's close that, and it's 1:14. We're gonna save. Did I save in 1 and 2 or 3 and 4? I don't remember. Let's just go 3 and 4. I don't remember. I can't think of that far back. Doesn't matter. As long as I have 2, I feel okay. I saved in 1 and 2. Okay. I try and go back and forth. It's probably not necessary, but just because I'm streaming and I want it to be recoverable. Because, there was an issue. I don't know if I'm sure Sarandon remembers that lovely sound that Popful Mail was producing when there was some kind of corruption. It was just digital screeching. And I didn't hear it because I didn't have my headphones in yet. I just started the game up like normal. And it was just digital screeching noise. It was awful. And I ended up having to repair the SD card. And it was weird. I couldn't even delete the file until I repaired it. And then I was able to put the game back, and luckily my saves were in good shape, but it was not a good sound. I still have no idea what happened there. It was definitely cursed. It was like the game was trying to prevent me from continuing because it just knew how much frustration it was causing me. It's funny, what day was it? I think it was Friday. Who was it? Oh, Mr. Samoose came in. I don't think I saw Sarandon or X. I was trying to think of like what day. It was like a strange day. I think it was a Friday. Mr. Samoose came in and was kind of poking around my emotes and stuff, like the follower emotes, and is like, wait a minute. You have a Potful Mail emote? And I was like, uh-huh. And then he subbed, and I was like, what are you doing? He's like, that's for having a Potful Mail emote. And I was like, are you kidding me? It's like, I have a love-hate relationship with that game. I'm like, I understand, because I was so excited when I first started playing that game, but man, did it wear me down. I was like, I get it. I thought it was so funny. It was like subbing because I had that biffed emote, and I was like, that's why I was inspired to put it on the end of my ban command. I was like, who in the world is ever going to know what this is? Oh, I biffed it. So, it's got to stay. I mean, it's got to stay for Mr. Samoose. So if you're out there, Mr. Samoose, thank you. Appreciate it. I mean, I told you that then, but still. It's just this random stuff that I decide, I'm like, yeah, I'll make this an emote. Some of those bosses were worse than Dark Souls bosses. Like, until I figured out the cheese. But man, the final boss of Potful Mail, absolutely the hardest boss I've ever fought. I honestly did not expect to beat it. Like, I was ready to just throw the towel in. That was so hard. Like, there was so much menuing I had to do to keep up with, like, being able to attack and not attack. Like, do I take damage or do I attack? Yeah. Man. I'm still happy it happened, but I'm even more happy that it's in the past. You know? And I'm also happy people still come back because, you know, I don't hold back. I'm not acting. I'm not a pro gamer. I really do get frustrated, and at that moment, I do probably hate the game as much as I say I do. But it's not going to stop me from beating it. I tell you that. It's not going to be easy, but we're going to beat every game we start. And thinking back on those words that just came out of my mouth, there's some regret. Yeah, I should think more about things before I say them. But it's on record now. It's on record now. Let's check out door number 3. It's not locked. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I should have been not streaming anymore. I have to take my daughter to school tomorrow, but this game is just too good. She'll understand. She'll get there. I'll get her to school. Don't worry. I always do. The door is closed. Gillian, please be more quiet. They'll hear us. You're the one exclamating at me. Maybe you should be more quiet. Right, but there's no switch. Well, Let's investigate the switches. There are only 2 buttons here. I wonder how one can get in the third door. There must be some kind of trick or something. I mean, there's only 2 buttons. Oh, we gotta open both of them. Because you know me, like, I'm overthinking, like, okay, we should open one door at a time. And when we're finished, we should probably close it. I bet you if we open 1 and 2, 3 will open. That's the only combination we haven't experienced. The third door is just like the other 2. Is it though? I mean, it looks closed. I'm not done yet. Okay, I'm not done yet. No, I meant 3. I meant... How did I pick door number 1 twice? Oh my god. It's getting to be that time. It says morgue. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Are you serious? I can't believe it's the morgue. And the morgue I was talking about was not really, it wasn't active anymore. But the hospital still used the cooler for storage of things you would find in a morgue. So there are 2 times I opened that door to see if there was anything from my department in the cooler, and it was occupied. And I honestly wish they would have put a sign on the door saying like, hey, you know, occupado. There's nothing like whipping open our cooler door and you know, somebody's in there. Morgue, as in where dead bodies are kept. Yeah. This game. It's a very heavy door. Strength alone won't be enough to open it. Well, use Metal Gear, right? Let's talk. You never know where they could be hiding. Let's keep conversation to an absolute minimum. Okay. Right. The third door is just like the other 2. Oh my god, game, just please. There are no doorknobs or handles. It cannot be opened manually. That door is closed. The monitor's control and control consoles also appear well cared for. Yeah, I don't care about how well cared for they're. Like, I'm looking for something that's going to open that door. We've got like, I really need to go like 5 minutes. I should probably not be here anymore. You know, like an hour ago. Only 2 buttons here. There must be some way to open the third door. Let's check out the floor a little more. Okay. It's waxed rather nicely. It's been polished quite meticulously. Nothing like upstairs at all. Maybe check room 1 again. Okay. All right. All right. We'll go back to room 1. We're in room number 1. Let's look around the room. There's an operating table, blah, blah, blah. Let's look at the ceiling, blah, blah, blah. Let's look at the monitors. That's all the same. That's good. Look, oh, we didn't look at the skeleton. I don't think we looked at the skeleton. It's a model of a human skeleton, no doubt used for anatomical study. Let's investigate the motion detector. This is odd. The reading comes and goes, probably. Okay. Let's investigate the skeleton. This is rather grotesque. It's somewhat distorted. For a medical model, it's quite inaccurate. All right, let's look over there. Well, that's a problem. That's a problem. Yeah, is that like a diminished piano stab? The skeleton is gone. It was definitely there a moment ago. I read movement. Gillian, watch it. That's not good. Shoot, aim for the head. Got him.
Did I get it?
The Snatcher's functions have been terminated. There's no doubt now that this is their maintenance facility. This one was probably still waiting to get its artificial skin installed.
So this is what they really look like, huh?
Yeah, that's the scariest thing about them. You can't tell them from real people once they've got that skin on.
Perhaps that's humanity's great weakness. We're always judging books by their
Good night,
cover.
Rev.
And it's just that human weakness that they're out to take advantage of.
Thanks for being here.
All right, Random. Metal, let's go. The HQ's junk squad can take care of him later. We've got an investigation to do.
I wasn't ready for that. I was reading chat. I think it's definitely dead. Or terminated this time. Terminated. I get it. Yeah, Rav. Thanks so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it, and always look forward to seeing you. I'm sure I'll be seeing you soon, my friend. Have a good night. Hope you're feeling better when you wake up. Better shoot it again just in case. I know, right? That one eye. Very skeptical. But yeah, I probably shouldn't be reading chat in the middle of an action scene. But that just goes to show you how much I care, chat. Yes. All its functions have ceased. I don't read any residual energy either. Are you alright, Gillian? I'll live. It hit me twice, though. That was quite a tough customer. You get a few hundred of those together, and that will be it. I did. I went back. Clark suggested, maybe go back to room number 1, and the skeleton was gone. But only because it was waiting to attack me, but I shot it. It's kind of, I feel like they're letting you feel like you're playing the game, but it's almost like you're just experiencing like a visual novel. Like, yes, I shot back, but it feels pretty scripted, but it doesn't feel bad. I still feel like I'm involved, but there's not a high level of skill here, you know? You swear you didn't know this would happen? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I believe you. Mm-hmm. Gillian. Let's get on with the investigation. I almost died to a Snatcher. Can we just, like, chill? All right. For real, though, we gotta save. Yeah. I can't stop playing this game, but I have to. Stupid being responsible and stuff. God, what is wrong with me? No! I meant to finish. Muscle memory. Just keep going. Let's go. I wanted to... Yes, save. Save complete. I'd love to continue, but I can't. That's enough for now. I don't want to see that. I really don't want to see that. This game is so good. All right. I hope we can continue the investigation together soon. As do I. Friday the Morgue. I love that sound. I know I say that every time, but it's such a good jingle. So is that. This game is just full of jingles. Chat. Unfortunately, it is that time. I don't want it to end. I've already gone over by like an hour. But I'd like to thank Sarandon for that resub. Thank you so much. And Preheated KD for those triple 1,000-bit donations. I don't understand. I really don't. I don't understand. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I love this game. I cannot wait to get back to this on Friday. I'm just absolutely blown away by how good it continues to be. Like, it's been solid all the way through. And I know I say it all the time, but just being here and hanging out and chatting is all I need. Subs, obviously, very much appreciated. The bits, uncalled for, but thank you so much. I just want to play these games. And it's so much better, though, when you're all here hanging out with me. I look forward to it, and I wish I could be here more often. But unfortunately, I have to go so I can get up and take the little one to preschool. But I will be back this Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern, with more Snatcher. And it's probably going to get even crazier. It's got to. Unbelievably. But yeah, thanks, Rav and Clark, of course, Sarandon, Argent, everybody. It's been hanging out and chatting tonight. I will see you all sometime. I'd like to say Friday, but I don't want to put that pressure on you. We've all got things to do. Has the outro screen always been like 5 FPS? I think it's an optical illusion. The video streaming, like that grid loop, has like a jitter to it. And then you've got the stuff like scrolling up smoothly against it. So like the video is like a loop, you know? Wagon wheel effect? Yeah, essentially. Argent, just appreciate that I even made this. Like, don't pick it apart. Come on. It took me like 10 minutes. So stylish. So retro. I know, right? And you know what's even better? I've got an entirely opposite color scheme for when we start doing Nintendo. I've got everything in the pink, but in Nintendo text. And then the grid is blue. And just like being back in the 80s when you weren't even born. And you know what's great about this whole like 80s revival? The 80s didn't look like this either. You know what the 80s looked like? The 80s looked like brown wood paneling everywhere. Everything was just brown and paneling because the 80s were just an extension of the late 70s. What people think of as being the 80s was really like late 80s into early 90s. And I know that because I was alive. You know, I was born in 1981, okay? Yeah, so this coming year, I'm going to be the greatest age that anyone could ever be, which is 42. So coming up in 2023, I'll be 42, which is, you know, the answer to everything. So it'll probably be a really good year. But I'm going to head out. And like I said, I'll be back on Friday. If you're here, awesome. If not, that's cool too. I'm sure I will see you out there somewhere. But I do appreciate you all. Yeah, you got a couple years out of me. At least a couple. Let's not push it, though. I'm quite fragile. Sensitive. You know, I need the subs and bits just to survive. Yeah. All right, I'm out of here. Please come back.